Have you ever just looked around and wondered why our world seems to be completely obsessed? I mean, this frantic race for fame, for wealth, for more, more, more. It's everywhere, right? Well, what if I told you the answer isn't some new trend, but an ancient cosmic challenge? The explanation might just be written in the stars, in a story about a cosmic wager that affects us all today.
So, why is our world chasing obsession and greed? It's a huge question. We see it everywhere, this endless, insatiable pursuit. But what does it actually come from? Well, according to one fascinating story, this whole thing was set in motion at the very beginning of the era we're living in right now.
Okay, so first, let's really put a name to this feeling. What are these modern obsessions that we're all chasing with such intensity?
We're talking about greed, self-obsession, the relentless pursuit of wealth and fame, and right at the center of it all, this giant whirlpool of desire. These things have become the main goals of modern life. For a lot of people, they aren't just goals anymore, they've become the entire point of living. But here's the thing, this wasn't an accident, it was a plan.
To really get to the bottom of this modern obsession, we have to go back, way back. We're going to dive into a mythological story, a direct challenge from a celestial being named Rahu to Lord Vishnu himself.
The story kicks off at the dawn of the Kali Yuga. That's the current era in Hindu cosmology, often called the Age of Vice or Age of Darkness. It was at this very moment that Rahu, a figure tied to materialism and worldly desires, went to the supreme deity Vishnu with a really bold, really audacious proposal. And Rahu's challenge? Wow, it was simple, but its implications were huge. He said, "Give me dominion over this entire era, and I promise you, I will create a world so full of materialism and desire that your followers will get completely tangled up in it. They'll be so distracted, they'll forget that a higher power, a supreme consciousness that created everything, even exists." This was way more than a power grab. It was a direct test of humanity's focus.
So, you've got this incredible cosmic wager on the table. The fate of an entire age is literally hanging in the balance. How did Vishnu respond? Believe it or not, he accepted. Instead of just refusing, Vishnu actually agreed to Rahu's terms, setting the stage for the very world we live in today. But, and this is a really important but, his acceptance came with a very specific condition. Vishnu's reply was key. He said, "Fine, you can have control. But even in the middle of all your illusion, there will be those, my true devotees, who will not be swayed." What it was essentially saying is that true devotion can cut through any material illusion. It perfectly illustrates this cosmic balance, a world full of temptation, but with an ever-present path back to clarity.
So, the cosmic wager was set. And this agreement wasn't just some dusty old story. It's said to have tangible effects that define our times, both in the world around us and in the field of astrology.
And that mythological agreement is the very reason why Rahu's influence is considered so powerful and so prominent in the Kali Yuga. It's like the spiritual framework for our modern condition. The obsession with fame, the endless chase for wealth, it's all believed to be the direct result of this cosmic pact playing out in real time.
Now, in Vedic astrology, or Jyotish, Rahu isn't a physical planet you can point a telescope at. It's a shadow planet, basically a mathematically calculated point in space that has an immense karmic influence. And its meaning is crystal clear. It represents obsession, desire, and worldly attachments, the very things he promised to amplify. And if we dig a little deeper into astrology, we find that Rahu is the ruler of the 11th house in a birth chart. And what does the 11th house govern? Well, it's all about gains, ambitions, large networks, and the fulfillment of our greatest desires. He literally controls the astrological domain of everything our modern world seems to be chasing.
So how does this ancient story, this astrological principle, actually show up in our daily lives? Well, the impact is most visible in the kinds of questions we ask ourselves.
You see, the consequence of Rahu's powerful influence isn't just a minor tweak in our priorities. It's a deep, fundamental shift in our collective compass. For so many people, it has changed the very definition of what it means to live a successful or meaningful life. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the contrast here. In the past, a central life question might have been, how can I be happy? What kind of work will bring me fulfillment and joy? It was an internal search. But today, under Rahu's influence, the question has transformed. Now, it's so often, when will I get the money? When will the fame arrive? The focus has shifted from internal fulfillment to external validation. This very shift is the obsession of Rahu, playing out exactly as he challenged Vishnu it would. And according to this perspective, that influence, that drive for the material over the meaningful, is at its absolute peak right now, in our time.
So, this ancient story leaves us with a very modern question. If we are living within this great illusion, this web of desire that Rahu has woven, what are you, personally, truly searching for? Is it the glittering prizes of the illusion, or is it something more real?